For one reason or another, I'm a little the worse for wear, but I'm in the mood. So, I received an email from Tim Hill and his band, the Tarot Rats. I'll put a link in the description. He's a lead singer, and he says it's concerning him that he's relying on beaten up, flat-sounding microphones. He's got a tour coming up, UK tour, and he wants a dynamic microphone that he can travel with. His microphone, basically. All stage sizes from intimate acoustic to festival main. We are a versatile group. Difficult to say, isn't it? So, I thought he sent me a video link, which he's allowed me to cut in. So, have a little look and listen. And I'll tell you how I think I might go about this, and it may not work.
Death is before me. The devil is waiting on watching. But I am temperance, holding my ground. Said I'll wait for you.
Well, what I've decided to do is to see if I can emulate Tim's voice to some extent, and then try a few microphones that sprang to mind. Now, Tim, I know that singers are sensitive folk, as we all are, and as I'm trying to emulate your voice, well, the last thing I want is for you and your band members to turn up at my door and say, are you having a laugh, big un? I should try to help. So, let's have a listen and see what I pick up, and see if I can emulate that. I apologise for skipping back and forth, kind of ruins the music, but you understand what's going on.
I am a future, and I've been... Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm listening through that, and lots of space. I notice he's got quite... He's pronounced enough there. So I wouldn't be looking for a mic that's really at the top.
I've been the past.
So with his upper mid, he's got a higher voice than I have. He's got a lot of energy there. So I don't think he needs a microphone that really delivers a lot more of that. As fine as it is. You don't want a mic that recesses that, because that's part of his character. Just from listening.
Where you will find me.
Say that, where you will find me. My voice is different, but I'm doing my best. So it needs a microphone that's going to pick that up as well, because he's right. There's quite a bit of dynamic range and texture and stuff that changes. So you don't want a one-trick pony.
Is where peace is at last.
So it's soft and open there, but that's his push.
Let go
going to quickly see if I can find some lower stuff.
Waiting to feel alive.
Still, the main characteristic is it's kind of that. I know it's a particular note, but sort of no matter what note I sing, it's still got that kind of area there. It's that part that Tim's voice is strong in.
Two ways of seeing, two ways I've been.
So when it gets lower, got a little bit lost, but then the microphone's on the stand. I don't know how they've done it. The way I might use this actually. If it was an acoustic-y setting, you can get away with it, even though it's just kind of a studio mic. But yeah, so the low end drops off there, but then it's not handheld, so he'd bring it in for those quieter and lower things. All right, as best I can, then, I'm first going to choose a microphone which I thought, from what I've said, wouldn't work. And it's the Beyerdynamic M700, because it's got a lot of up the top, which I don't think Tim needs. It tends to sound a bit recessed in the middle, which is where Tim's got his push. And it's got perhaps a slightly blubbery, slightly old school bass. So I'm going to switch that. This is, you can probably hear straight away. So if I'm going to try and do some of that stuff, when he's up there and when he's down there. So it makes that area to me sound a little bit hard. It's kind of missing, so it's either side or more slightly up of it that's pushing through, because this has got a lot of that, as you can hear. And you can hear perhaps it's a little bit scooped, which if you bring it closer, then you can start to hear it coming in. Is the mid still a bit missing? No, I think it kind of balances up. So this one's a bit of a little bit specialist, if you like, and perhaps a little bit, if you're busy on stage and stuff like that, a little bit so sort of you have to work it right in. So if I'm thinking again, if I'm thinking again, if I'm thinking again, if I'm thinking again. Yeah, well, the SV33. I just switched it off. Huh. Yeah. Now, the next one I thought it might work for him, but it's a condenser. But I thought it's a reliable condenser, but it's not so much this, it's the other stuff that you've got to be reliable. So this is a Neumann KMS 104 Plus, which has got a little bit more low end to it, which for Tim, I thought would be good. So this is it. You can hear immediately. Yeah. So if I'm gonna do that, he's got enough of that. I think that's okay. There's more of that than there's in the recording, but it's me. It's not Tim. So if I'm gonna do that kind of thing, and then go down where he gets to that, very, very clear. So possibly a contender, but it's a condenser. So the one that first sprang to mind is coming up now. Sorry about that. Is the Shure KSM8. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it up that. So that bit's not as pronounced as a Neumann, which I don't think Tim needs. Depends on the PA, but I don't think he needs it for his voice. And it's still got the push, a little bit SM5080, but much clearer. And yeah. I'm going back there. Sounds quite natural to me. You can still, there's enough of that going through. You might even want to know it's a different voice. And I'm going, if I'm going down, and he's going, it still seems to keep, it's quite even down there. It doesn't really drop off until it drops off. Even down there, which Tim probably doesn't go that low, but you can bring it in and then you get some. So, I'm kind of pleased with myself actually, but it could all be nonsense, couldn't it? Oh, now, there's one other. A classic dynamic, the Beyer M88. I was going to exclude this one because I'm not so keen for vocals on the new one. A couple of issues, puffy pops and handling noise and stuff. But, of course, then I thought, well, there's loads of these available second hand. I might even sell you one. Or two. Maybe three. So, I'll plug this in and see. Beyer dynamic then. Okay, you can hear it immediately. It's up at the top. Very sweet as always. Nice microphone. So if I'm gonna try that, If I'm gonna try that, yeah. It's a little bit more, I think. It has got a lift there, and also you've got to be careful with the boo. You can start to hear it wants to do that, but another one you have to manage, really. Up to you. So that is M88. I'm back on the KSM8. Well, you have to make your own mind up. Very difficult, these things. Different voice, done as best I can. Sorry. And I'm thinking the KSM8. Well, I don't know if this has been any use at all. I hope so. I think it has been some, at least you could hear between those mics, so. But anyway, check Tim out. And Tim,